Hey guys, welcome to the first Sold by Gold real estate YouTube video. First, to kind of start off, who am I? So I'm Rand Gold. I'm the owner of homesellers.com slash gold by sold by gold real estate. Starting these videos just to give a little bit more education for those out there that want to know more about real estate. I am a licensed real estate agent here in Virginia. Funny thing is, I also manage a jewelry store here in the Virginia Beach slash Tidewater area. So a lot of times when people ask me, whether I'm out and about or the grocery store or church, they're like, "Oh, what do you do?" I am a jewel estate agent. So that kind of funny play on words of the real estate agent as well as the jewelry store manager. So it helps kind of diversify and keep it fun for me. So, full-time jewelry store manager. How did I get started in real estate? Well, I got started. I bought my first house in Utah, and I think like most buyers, not really sure what they're doing, but they don't want to pay anyone to help them because we feel like we can do it on our own. So I went out when I was 26 years old and bought my own house, unrepresented, no buyer's agent, because I wanted to do it on my own because I felt like I didn't want to pay them. Little did I know, as a buyer, you don't pay anybody. So got my first house, didn't really know what I was doing, bought it, fixed it up. But then shortly after that, I took a position as a jewelry store, a regional manager in Indiana. So I moved across the country, got into a rental, but not really the best rental. Didn't really know what to do with the rate. And then my wife got into law school in Virginia Beach. So I then moved to Virginia Beach and bought a house. Bought a house. This time I used an agent. We bought a small condo, just something to get through while we were in law school, and didn't really feel like after the transaction that I knew as much as I should have. Yeah, I found the property, I researched it, found it on Zillow. I was like, okay, tapping through, and I found it. Great price. Purchased it, but there were so many things that I missed that I should have known from there was a property owners association that we didn't even know about when we purchased it that popped up a couple of months later, like, oh, you owe this. So they're just things that happened in the first couple houses that I bought that I feel like the real estate agent or someone should have let me know what was going on. So at that point, I really felt like I should also, get my real estate license, kind of diversify just for my own personal buying of properties. There's all those shows on TV of fix that house, flip that house, Property Brothers. You see them all the time where they go into a house and they fix it up and it's worth so much more. Well, I think that young, ambitious side of me wanted to be able to get into real estate and be like, okay, I'm gonna be that. I'm gonna be that guy. But I didn't know enough. So that's really why I got licensed, and I got licensed 5 years ago. And really, since then has been quite fun, almost a hobby, but a hobby that has grown into a really great professional experience for me. I've helped with transactions anywhere from Idaho to Utah, Oregon, and North Carolina. But I'm licensed here in Virginia, and that's primarily where I do most of my real estate work. One of the main questions I get asked a lot, being in the business, is, well, what's your specialty? Is it rental properties? Is it multifamily? Is it farms? Is it investment properties? And really, there's been dozens of transactions that I've gone through, and there isn't one specifically that is my specialty. Anytime I go into a transaction, I'm doing so much research to make sure that we're at the right price per square foot. What's the zoning? Is there a flood zone? What's the age of the pipes? The tax records, going through crop yields, anything that has to do with that particular property to make sure that we're in the right position for my client. And I want to make sure that any deal that I do, that I'm really looking out for them the most, because there's a lot that goes into it, and make sure that you're in the best situation whether you're selling or you're buying. So what do I end up doing the most? I end up doing the most residential properties, whether it's buying or selling a home. That's what I end up doing the most, just because that's friends or family or people that I interact with. That house transaction every 5 to 15 years, you're buying or selling a property, and that's the average here. Is every 5 to 15 years you'll move, and you'll either buy or sell a property or rent. Rental is always an option in this area where we have such a high military. So next, what can you expect from me? I want these videos to be fun, educational, but really help you to learn about what steps you need to go through, whether you're buying or selling a property. So my next video is going to be a 12-step buyer process on what you should expect from when you offer or before you offer, because there's a couple steps you need to go through before you even offer on a property, what to expect when you do submit an offer, and challenges that can come up during that process. After the offer's been accepted, the next couple steps that will help you to either determine whether you move forward with that contract or then you get out of the contract, and how you can make sure that you're in the best position for yourself, that you're not locked in that contract, and that you can make sure to get your earnest money back. And then the last few steps of helping getting to that closing table, and then once you have closed, what you can expect, the next part of the process to be as far as tax recording. So that's what I have for my first video. Thank you for joining me. Again, Rand Gold, homesellers.com/ sold by gold real estate. So thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you with my next tutorial video on the 12 steps to expect when you're buying a house. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.